ముందుగా ప్రియమైన విద్యార్థులకు మరియు వారి తల్లిదండ్రులకు నమస్కారం. నా పేరు కె వెంకన్న జూనియర్ కాలేజీలో చైర్మన్. నేను ఈ రోజు 10th క్లాస్ విద్యార్థులను దృష్టిలో పెట్టుకొని మాట్లాడడం జరుగుతుంది. అది ఏమిటనగా, మనందరికీ తెలుసు, గత 2 సంవత్సరాలుగా కరోనా కారణంగా విద్యార్థులు ఎటువంటి పరీక్షలు రాయకుండానే పై తరగతులు పంపడం జరుగుతుంది. ఫలితంగా ఐఐటి జేఈ మరియు నీట్ లాంటి జాతీయ స్థాయి పరీక్షలను సాధించడం కష్టతరం అవుతుంది. దీనిని అధిగమించడానికి మరియు 10వ తరగతి పరీక్షలో అత్యధిక మార్కులు సాధించడానికి నేను మీ ముందుకు కె వెంకన్న జూనియర్ కాలేజ్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్ ద్వారా అనుభవజ్ఞులైన అధ్యాపకులచే ఉచిత వీడియో క్లాసులు, హ్యాండ్ రిటన్ నోట్స్ మరియు గత ప్రశ్నపత్రాల సమాధానాల విశ్లేషణ ఇవ్వబడును. కాబట్టి నేను విద్యార్థులకు చెప్పదలుచుకున్నది ఏంటంటే, ఈ ఉచిత వీడియో క్లాసులను మరియు హ్యాండ్ రిటన్ నోట్స్లను క్లాస్ రూమ్లో కూర్చొని చదువుకున్నంత సీరియస్గా చదువుకోవాలను. ఇంకొకటి ఏమిటనగా, ఈ యొక్క క్లాసులు విన్న వెంటనే అర్థం చేసుకొని ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయవలను. ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయడం అంటే కేవలం చదవడం కాదు, పేపర్ మీద రాయవలను. అలాగైతే గుర్తుండిపోతుంది. దీంతో పాటు మీ యొక్క నాలెడ్జ్ని పరీక్షించుకున్న కొరకు త్వరలో ప్రీ ఫైనల్ పరీక్షలు కూడా నిర్వహించబడు.
So surplus revenue was not spent as agreed in the gentleman's agreement. Gentleman's agreement, one of the key point was surplus revenue which will be left out after whole of the expenditure of the administration, that will be spent on the development of Telangana. That was not being done successfully. That was one of the main reason for the discontentment of Telangana. Obviously, any people in the state, they want some development and progress. Without monetary issues, without the monetary support, nothing can be done. The surplus amount which is supposed to be generated or diverted was not generated, and obviously the development was being stopped, hindered. That was one of the main reasons for the discontent of the people of Telangana. And not only that, what happened, and they extending educational facilities to AP students also. What was decided, that the educational facility in the educational institution, the seat will be reserved only for Telangana states with Mulki rule, the 12 years of resident and all. But that was not followed, and the educational facilities were even extended to the students who came from Andhra Pradesh, and because of which Telangana students had to be deprived of some of the educational, some of the good prime educational institutions. They had to be deprived, they were kept away, because Andhra students came and they took across this educational institute, they occupied. And obviously the percentage of the students who from Telangana who were trying to get into the important educational institutions was not proper, they could not avail the opportunities. That was also one of the discontent, because the students are the future of the tomorrow. Education should be properly being inculcated, the opportunity should be given properly to them, which unfortunately was not properly given as per the gentleman's agreement. That was not even done. So that is also one of the key factor which paved way to the discontent of Telangana people. And after that, violation of Mulki rules, Mulki rules, what does it say? 12 years of residence, but nothing was being followed. The Mulki rules were always being violated in as per the gentleman's agreement. Even that also mounted to the discontent of the people of Telangana. So point by point, there were so many places where Telangana people were not happy, and the discontentment kept on mounting in the people of Telangana. And not setting up of regional council. And there was most important thing, what was that? The regional council was supposed to be set up with 20 members, but unfortunately there was no regional council which was set up as being planned or as being promised. The regional council was not set up for Telangana people, and obviously again there was a hindrance, there was a stop for the development of Telangana people. Again, there was one more valid reason for the people of Telangana, the discontent kept on mounting, it never came down. And after the distribution of portfolios not done properly, as they promised, 40% of the people from Telangana and 60% of the people from Andhra Pradesh, which was being promised, was not being kept up. The majority of the people, Andhra Pradesh people, the people from Seemandhra dominated, and the Telangana people, though they worked hard, that was never gained utmost importance, which was again a most important factor for the discontent of the people in Telangana. And less allocation of funds to Telangana. the funds, without, if any place or any organization has to grow, without monetary help, monetary support, no organization can grow. And unfortunately, the Telangana, though they wanted to grow, the people had that passion, the people had that zeal to grow, but proper monetary funds were not allocated to the people of Telangana in their developmental projects, and where the development was always stagnant in the places of, in the regions of Telangana. This was also one of the very important reasons where the discontent among Telangana people kept on mounted. This was one of the very important valid reasons. Okay, and less priority of construction of dams to Telangana. Agriculture is one of the important factors where you can never neglect any country, especially a country like India. Agriculture is still the backbone of the country. Almost 50 to 60% of the people still are dependent on the agriculture of our country. And if the agriculture of any country is being neglected, any place is being neglected, you can never see the prosperity. And Telangana being a semi-arid region, it did not have good irrigational support. They were requesting for the construction of the dams. For you to have a proper agricultural platform, we require dams, very good dams, wherein they could really support in the where you don't have a proper rainfall. These dams could support it with the proper irrigational facilities. Unfortunately, the big dams were constructed only in Andhra region, and there were no dams which were really initiated in the Telangana region, and because of the agricultural graph gradually fall and people started starving. And this was also one of the prime reasons for the Telangana people for their discontent. Okay. So, all these reasons, there can be a question which can be asked, what was the discontent among the Telangana people and what were the reasons? Then you will have to put across all these reasons. When you remember the gentleman's agreement point, every point what was being laid there, the same point was not being done here. So, the same points, remember them and write them, which was laid there that was not being done. So, obviously the discontent of the people in the Telangana state kept on, Telangana region kept on mounting a lot. And now the next point, obviously when the discontent kept on mounting, what is the outcome of that? Agitation comes across. So, the Telangana agitation, when did it start off? It started in 1969. Telangana agitation started, the seeds and the seeds of the Telangana agitation started long ago, but slowly, like a small sapling, they started showing the face in the year of 1969, and the Telangana agitation movement finally started in the year 1969.
Hello students, myself Sunil Kumar Badal. I have done my BTech from IIT Kanpur. Here at K. Venkanna classes, I teach chemistry. So, right now I know you all are busy with your board exam preparation. But let me ask you a question. Suppose you want to be a cricketer. Who would you choose your coach? A cricketer or a wrestler? Answer is definitely cricketer. So, in the same way here, we are the group of IITians, NITian and doctor. So, if you really want to crack or get a seat into IIT, NIT or any top medical colleges, come here and join us. What are you waiting for?
As usual, remember one thing, any country, students play a vital role. Students are the backbone of any country's development because they are the future generation, the younger generation, the dynamic generation. The same thing even in Telangana state also, who played a key role in the agitation. Telangana people, the students, especially from Usmania University, the prestigious University of Telangana, the students played a very key role in the Telangana agitation movement. And the most important point was non-implementation of gentleman's agreement. The most, never forget gentleman's agreement, though it was being formulated with utmost zeal and utmost with positive attitude, but nothing happened here, and all this agitation, all these things are the outcome of the failure of gentleman's agreement which was formulated. Okay, and as I said, Usmania University students played a very key role in this 1969 movement, Telangana agitation movement. And in what forms did they agitate? They agitated in the forms of demonstrations, strikes, fast unto the death, etc. What not the students have given. They kept their life at stake. They put their careers aside and focused on the movement of Telangana. Okay. And now, as a result of this, do you think the people of Seemandhra kept quiet? They had a fear. If the Telangana state was being formed, especially, obviously, what will happen to the people of Seemandhra who are playing a key role in the politics as well as even the educational institutions? They were occupying the place, and even the job opportunities. Even they did not keep quiet. The outcome of the 1969 agitation of Telangana agitation, what was that? That was Jai Andhra movement of 1972. 1969 Telangana agitation took, and as an outcome in 1972 Jai Andhra movement took in the 1972. Student, as it is everywhere, any place, students always play a main part. Even in Jai Andhra movement also, students were main part here also, and employment opportunities threatened. Why do you think they all started the Jai Andhra movement? Their employment opportunities were being threatened, as Hyderabad is the hub of opportunities. Their employment opportunities were at stake, they were threatened. So they felt that, and obviously Jai Andhra movement started. And as a result of this, central government at the particular time which was sitting, they wanted to give a security that both the regions people can enroll in a university, not as a center, state set up university. So central university was being set up by the central government, which was initiated by central university was set up, led to the formation. And as all these things, when central government started its influence, the local regional parties did not like it, and then the Telangana, the TDP, the Telugu Desam party, which was being formed under the leadership and the governance of late Sri N.T. Ramarao Garu, it was being formed. So you understand now what is gentleman's agreement, which was not being formulated properly. What were the outcomes? The discontent of the people of Telangana. After the discontent of the people of the Telangana, what took up? What was the outcome? It was a Telangana agitation movement which was formulated in 1969. And what was the outcome of Telangana agitation 1969 movement? 1972 Jai Andhra movement as well took place, and after that, where the central government started its interference to curb the differences, but that did not curb, and there was a gigantic regional party from Seemandhra started under the governance and leadership of late Sri N.T. Ramarao Garu. Nothing other, that party was called as a TDP, the Telugu Desam party, which had an overwhelming response, and you all know what the story is. He was the chief minister for a prolonged period, and all the people loved that. Now after that, what is the most important thing we'll have to consider for any state or any nation to progress is differences in access to water, agriculture, education in two regions. Here always the difference was between the two regions. Though we were a single state, Andhra Pradesh, always the people of Telangana were neglected, always the people of Andhra were being dominating. So these two places always played a key role. There were differences and disparities in every field: agriculture, job opportunities, educational facilities, everything, irrigational facilities. So how did these differences crop up in these two regions? Again, we have an important topic which from the examination point of view. Andhra Pradesh, water was plenty. There was Krishna river which was flowing, and Godavari which was as well flowing in Andhra Pradesh, and even it flows even in Telangana. But the flow of the two rivers is totally different. It's like abundant. Water is plenty in Andhra Pradesh. Unfortunately, Telangana, the water is not that plenty as in Andhra Pradesh. AP, water was plenty. Canal water was used for irrigation. The canal water was properly being utilized for irrigation, and you have plenty amount of crops, and agriculture was very rich. And in fact, Andhra Pradesh was called as a rice bowl of India because of this Godavari and this Godavari delta, this Godavari belt they used to cultivate so much amount of paddy crops, and almost Andhra Pradesh was called as the rice bowl of India. It used to meet the majority requirements of the paddy for whole of the country. Even till today, Andhra Pradesh, especially the Godavari belt and Krishna belt, they cultivate one of the finest paddy of the country. Okay, because of this, canal water was used for the irrigation, and fortunately, by nature's blessing, AP has plenty and abundant of AP was abundant in water.